and I never wanted to cut hair. I always wanted to be a nurse. My father was the Cefn Forest hairdresser. And he had no sons, so I had to take over after him. I've been cutting hair for 67 years. 67 years. All these photographs on here have been customers in the past.
Dr. Park, that was his time.
Most of them are dead now, but they are all customers.
When you think of it, that wall of photos is like a mirror. It reflects who we were. And the mirror our fathers looked into reflects who we are.
Don Jones. Oh. He went with Natty.
Oh, aye. Half the men, if they went somewhere else, they wouldn't know what to ask for. With me, they don't have to tell me how they want their haircut because I know what they like. I want a whiskey after this lot.
Aye.
I think I could cut it hair with my eyes shut. I've never tried that, mate. They come in here with their troubles, the men. If they've had a row with their wives, they come in and tell me about it. I said, well, what am I supposed to do about it? I said, sort it out yourself. Buy her some flowers and apologise. Or buy her some chocolates and take it. Oh, I think of that. Yeah, I'll do that.
I come all the way from Lidstep for a haircut. A 200-mile round trip.
I come from Abergavenny to have my haircut, you know, Shirley. Because I fancy Shirley.
Best thing I ever did was get that.
Oh, I think they come from everywhere. My wife's settled down there. Like Shane is on that one and he lives in America. And every time he comes home, he comes over for his haircut always. And he said, oh, you still got my photograph on the wall. Aye. You'd be surprised how many people come in here and said, do you mind if I come in and have a look at the photograph? Because somebody come in here and say, oh, my uncle's on there or my father's on there. And they'll come in, and there was somebody come in here the other day for the one that's walking. Oh, that one over there. See the chap on the corner? He said, that's my uncle, that is.
There's the Rigby picture. There. I always look at it. And you'll always pick out somebody that you didn't pick out last time. Mr. Thomas with his milk round. Yeah, he's not clocking almost as he did. There's another one there of the very first rugby team in this village. Me, dead, 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 Bobo, dead, Bert, dead, Patsy, dead. When I started got older, of course I went to Shirley, then we went through a long period then where long hair was a thing in the 70s and that. So you didn't go for a haircut at all then. But she'd always been there. She's been an institution and her father was there before. So Shirley Barbers is an institution really.
Well, I knew her husband well because he worked in a pitlock and a local girl. So the bond is there, that's why you have to keep going there.
I mean, straight on natural, you know.
Because I knew her husband, I grew up with him, and I knew her father-in-law, and he had a terrible bad chest, he did. He worked in Britannia, and there's a bond between us because when you live in a village, you had that bond there.
Oh, it's nice, yeah.
You said, you know, Dave made it do
Oh, it's lovely, that is. That's nice. Bit of talcum powder would be nice, though.
She cut my father's hair, obviously, but she also cut my mother's hair, so that was quite a connection, you know.
Yeah.
She said a simple thing to me the other day, oh, your mother had lovely hair, you know. I don't want to get too emotional about that because I do tend to get emotional, but she did have lovely hair, and Shirley could remember that fact and relate it to me, so she didn't make it up. I knew for a fact she had lovely hair. It's beautiful. when you think about it, there's a continuity of touch between those miners and us. Look at that Kisco, we're going to have to take it to Shirley's, get that sorted out.
Yeah.
Everybody used to call us the Black Path. Through the Black Path into Shirley's. There was stuff called cinder, and that was black. And this is where the miners used to walk on from a colliery. On a Friday afternoon after work, they walk up the Black Path, straight to Shirley's, get their short back and size, then up the club for the night out.
Even when I was a kid, I used to see the men walking up and down past the house, off the Black Path, coming and going to the pit and back.
And you could see them walking up, particularly the older men, they look ashen-faced, usually have their flat caps on and their muffler on their neck. Poor Mr. James, I remember, particularly had a job to walk up that hill without sort of stopping, bending over, taking a breath of air, you know, just sucking the air in, flemming out that black stuff from his lungs. And you could see he was really struggling. And it's like strands running through a village.
And a lot of people fetch the children here because I give them a certificate, see, for their first haircut, which other people don't like. A few way to do fathers and grandfathers and the kiddies. I know they fetching their children. Oh, few generations I've done, I tell you.
And Shirley give them their first haircut, and then later on, without them knowing, their last.
Take your glasses off, please.
Boom.
You're parting your hair on the wrong side. Your crown is this side, your hair grows that way. You should part your hair over that way.
See? Tell your mother that now.
It feels different to a normal barber's because it feels like it's somebody's front room. And the photos on the wall, you could be there for about 20 minutes looking at every single person and trying to think what kind of personality or person that is.
What's really surprising to me is I see chaps on there now, young boys, and well, when I was a young lad, they were old men. And to me, they were just like old men, you know, but they weren't old men. They used to be young, fit, virile men, you know, strong men.
Up in Shirley's, you saw pictures there of football teams, they show cricket teams, they show the rugby team, they show outing clubs, they show how people got together.
It's a pointer to how people used to organise themselves. And the one photograph, I think, is 1924, about Cefn Forest Pigeon Fan Society with a race to San Malo. So this wasn't a tuppeny-halfpenny to do. This was people who were pulling together.
There's a photograph there of the institute with all the committee and all that on the outside. I mean, and I remembered quite a few of them fellas that's on that photograph. And you treated them with the utmost respect.
But it was a focal point of the village where everybody went there. It was a social occasion. And you could see from the photographs we've seen, everybody met there. And you had lovely gardens there and everything. But to see it now, Devastation, it's terrible. If the old miners could come back, they'd be absolutely shocked. They'd be devastated, because their men were the backbone of the industry, and they were the men that inspired us youngsters.
They had the reading room with all the big stands, and all the daily newspapers would be on there. All old fellas would be in there, and they'd be sitting in in a group in the corner then, just talking, old retired and old fellas like. But, you know, he was very disciplined. He wouldn't have no nonsense. They wouldn't have, and you couldn't raise your voice in there. You know, they'd be on to you kids straight away.
Oh, that's him, man.
That's what I'm about, eh?
My Grant. Grant. He looks old, eh, doesn't he?
Well, I'm real old now.
Aye. That's good. So you're going, they don't appreciate it, do they?
When they were young men, that place was held in high esteem. The actual building, the contents were supreme, you know. So they would be shocked by the change, yeah, and the lack of togetherness, you know.
Damn. Disgraceful.
Look at this. College Sherlock in 1930. Unbelievable. 80 years ago, this was presented to the Miners Institute when they opened it. And here it is. If our ancestors could come back, they'd probably turn over in their grave so they could see it as it is now.
To be honest, their legacy is fast deteriorating because the legacy they want to leave is no longer viable, I don't think. It's not around no more. It's a different world, you know. It's a modern society.
Well, the old wall is a part of the history of the village. She did remark one day she didn't know what she would do with them when she retired. So when that's going to be, I don't know. And I said, well, they got to go somewhere. They can't just be put in a box and chucked in the bin. They got to go somewhere.
That's a good thing about Shirley. She's keeping the past. We inherited the past and she's keeping it going, look.
Well, I think the reason why a lot of people have taken them photographs into Shirley's obviously is they want to show what part they took in the village. By giving that photograph to Shirley, they leave a bit of themselves there, isn't it?